Most business owners today don't fail because they're bad at what they do. They fail because everything lives in their head. Every question, every task, every reminder, every instruction. And if it lives in your head, your team can't repeat it. If they can't repeat it, they can't take anything off your plate. Let me go ahead and pause here for just a second and remind you, if they can't take it off your plate because it's in your head, you don't have something that's sellable either because nobody's going to buy you. They're buying your business. So make sure that you have these things in place. So if your team can't repeat it, they can't take anything off your plate. And if nothing comes off your plate, you stay stuck doing the same work over and over. That is why delegation feels impossible for so many owners. It's not because your team can't learn, it's because you never had the right systems to teach them. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. The first 5 systems you need to build. If you want your business to finally run smoother, ask fewer questions and stop depending on you for everything. These 5 systems reduce chaos fast. They're the foundation of your freedom formula, and they're simple enough to build this week. So let's get into it. Welcome back. Welcome back to The Growth Advantage, the podcast that helps business owners build profitable, self-running companies so you can take back your time. I'm Travis Larson, business coach and creator of the Growth Advantage plan. My job is simple: help you stop trading your personal life for your business. The plan I teach is simple: clarify the vision, systematize for scale, and execute with coaching. Today fits right into step 2: simple systems that create clarity, reduce mistakes, and free up your time. And I've got something new to share with you today that will make it even easier. Today, we're covering the first 5 systems every owner needs, why these systems matter more than any other, how to document them in minutes, not weeks, the simple record, refine, release method, how these systems help you delegate without stress, and how to tie them back to your freedom formula. But before we dive into this and into these systems, I want to mention something new that might help you get off the ground a little bit quicker. I've been building something new for business owners who want to have more control and less chaos in their business. It's called the Business Systems Starter Kit. Here's a quick preview of what's included: a simple CRM you can start using today, a weekly planner designed for owners, not employees, an SOP hub or standard operating procedure hub you can duplicate in minutes, a 90-day profit tracker so you always know where you stand. It's clean, it's simple, and it's fast, and it's built to help you take back your time. If you want your business to run smoother and ask fewer questions, keep an eye out. It's already out this week, and this week it is actually on sale for $10. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's available for you this week. All right, let's get into the 5 systems. System number 1, new client, new patient intake. This is the first system you need because it affects everything else: your revenue, your schedule, your operations, and your client experience. If intake is messy, everything downstream gets messy too. Here's what a good intake system does. 1, it sets expectations. 2, it reduces confusion. 3, it eliminates repeat questions. 4, it improves retention. And 5, it prevents no-shows. It creates a clear flow from first contact to first visit. Your team needs a clear answer to one question: how do we bring a new client into the business? So here's what to document: how inquiries come in, what to say when someone calls, what to send after booking, how reminders go out, and what follow-up looks like. This doesn't need to be fancy, but let's talk about some of these independently. So how do inquiries come in? Are they phone calls? Are they emails? Are they text messages? Are they Instagram direct messaging, carrier pigeon? How do messages come to you and how do inquiries come in? And when someone calls, what is it that your team should be saying to them? Now, once they have said that to them and they've gathered the information, is there something that should be sent to the patient or to the client or to the prospect immediately after that call so that they can learn more information or capture more information from them? How do reminders go out? One thing that I hear so frequently is the fact that the number of no-shows is astronomical. It doesn't matter what business it is, whether it's a hair salon, an electrician, or a doctor's office, no-shows are a problem. But oftentimes we find that if we put simple reminders in place, that no-show rate drops significantly. And then what does follow-up look like? So how do you do this? A screen recording or a one-page checklist isn't enough. You can use Loom. We've talked about that before. Loom.com, Loom.com is a great one to just sit and record a video for your team. Or you can, if you want to do step-by-step processes, you can use something like ScribeHow. So ScribeHow.com. Use that tool and it will actually take screenshots of everything that you click on. So if you're walking through a system, an online system, you can actually create a one-page sheet on how to do something using that system. So you're going to record that video or create that scribe of you walking through your current intake process. You don't edit it. You don't script it. You just do it. Just record and upload it to your SOP hub. That becomes your first system. System 2 is scheduling. Scheduling is where most chaos starts. Too many expectations, too many rules that only you, the owner, know, too many adjustments that slow everything down. A good scheduling creates order. Here's what to define. Booking rules, appointment lengths, gaps between appointments, who gets priority, how cancellations work, when to reschedule versus when to decline. When these rules are clear, your team stops guessing, your schedule stops breaking, and your stress level drops. So the action step for this system is to write down 5 simple scheduling rules your team must follow. Keep it short. This alone can transform your week substantially. System 3, daily operations. Your business should run the same way every day, even when you're not there. Daily operations should answer one question. What does a successful day look like? This will include things like an opening checklist, a pre-shift checklist, a team huddle, midday touch points, end-of-day routines, and closing checklists. Whether you're working in a restaurant and having an opening checklist and a closing checklist and everything in between, own a dealership and you're doing the opening checklist and team huddles and midday touch points and closing checklists to make sure that none of the cars get stolen overnight, or you're a doctor's office that are doing all the same things and making sure that somewhere in there all of the medications have been ordered, all of the procedure points have been touched, everything that needs to be done is being done. It doesn't matter the business, you need to have these things. Without this, everything becomes personal preference. And your personal preference is going to be different than someone else's personal preference. But guess what? It's your business. So it needs to be your personal preference. With that, you get consistency, which is the backbone of freedom. So for this system and the action step here, what I'd like for you to do is create a simple daily flow with 10 steps your team follows from open to close. Just start there. Once you've gotten through that, then we can easily come back and begin to open each one of these and expand on each one of these and provide more detail for each one of these. But a simple structure is a great place to start. System 4, communications. Most problems are communication problems. At the end of the day, if we don't communicate, it's the problem. Even operational issues often come back to unclear or inconsistent communication. A communication system covers how the team communicates internally, how clients get updates, what gets texted versus what gets emailed, how reminders work, how issues get escalated. When your communication system is clear, your team stops interrupting you for small things. You stop playing telephone, or worse, your team stops playing telephone, because we all know that what you put in after a game of telephone is not what comes out. So put it on paper so that there is no game of telephone. And your business will become more predictable. So here's the action step I'd like for you to take for this set. Set two simple rules. What gets texted and what gets emailed. Of all the information that you're sending out, whether it be internal or external, what gets texted out, what gets emailed. So that way everybody's on the same page. This prevents half of all mistakes in and of itself. System 5, billing and payments. Now listen, billing should be boring. It should be simple. It should be predictable. But for most businesses, it's anything but. It's the biggest pain point because billing is handled differently every time. A good billing system defines how payments are collected, how refunds work, how to track overdue balances, how to handle failed payments, how to follow up without stress, and how to maintain consistency. Billing is tied directly to stability. If your billing system is weak, your cash flow will always feel unpredictable. Action step for this one, create a 3-step billing recovery flow for overdue invoices. Simple. Keep it short. Give your team a consistent path. How these 5 systems fit into the freedom formula is the key. Your freedom formula has 3 parts: clarity, systems, and execution. These 5 systems are the foundation of part 2, systems. They reduce decision making. They remove bottlenecks, which we all have talked about oftentimes is you. So how do we remove you from the equation and therefore give you more freedom? And they eliminate 8% of repeat questions. They free your team to perform at a higher level. This is how you take back your time, not by hiring more people, but by creating structure your current people can follow. Your freedom formula starts with these 5 systems. Once they're in place, you can delegate with confidence. So here's what we've covered today. Systems prevent chaos. Documentation is the first step to delegation. Your business needs structure, not more effort. The first 5 systems give you the biggest impact. Intake, scheduling, operations, communication, and billing set the tone. Clear systems help you take back your time, and the Business System Starter Kit will make this even easier. If today's episode helped you see where to start with your systems, subscribe and share the show. And if you're ready to take back your time and build a business that runs without you, book a free 15-minute Growth Advantage discovery call with me. I'll help you identify the next 3 systems you need based on your situation. The Business Starter Kit drops yesterday. If you want more control and less chaos, you're going to want it. I will put the link to both the Business System Starter Kit as well as a link to set up a 15-minute schedule with me in the show notes. But for now, I'm Travis Larson. Thanks for listening. Keep building smarter systems, stronger teams, and scalable freedom. See you next week.